Yeah, sorry about that. My cat walked across my keyboard.
Sounds very believable, Jeff.
Yeah. So, Kevin, my question is, after every one of these, you say, well, we have to fix it. How do you do that with so many inexperienced receivers after Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, I understand the question, Jeff, but I trust the guys we have. And when I say fix it, we just have to perform better. And that's how we teach it, how we coach it, getting it out of our players throughout the week so they feel confident doing it on Sunday. It's pretty simple. We got to just do our job,
This is
play hard, play smart.
Browns coach.
But do you see
Stefanski.
improvements? It doesn't look like it from the outside. There's things you see that you are progressing, even though it might not show up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, obviously we want it to show up on the scoreboard. That's where the true improvement will come. But we will just focus on what we can control with all of our players, young or old, and that's making sure we utilize this week to find ways to improve.
Well, thank you.
All right, we'll go back to Mary Kay. A few more.
Kevin, you always talk about the precision in the passing game and how vitally important that is for you guys. And I know it's a two-way street between where the receivers are on their routes and all those kinds of things. But particularly as I was looking, at red zone passes, and it just seemed like there were drops, tips, knockaways, dropped interceptions. It just seemed like once you guys got around down into the red zone and trying to throw into the goal line, that I'm thinking specifically of like the wide one to Jerry Jeudy. Is that because Dylan was under so much duress in those types of situations, or is he having an accuracy issue per se, in the red zone or, end zone type of throws? And if so, what can you do about
how he answered this?
Yeah, I think the red zone, obviously, Mary Kay, you go 0 for 3, you're making life hard on yourself, and you have to come away with touchdowns there. Obviously, ran out of time, so to speak, there at the end of the first half. So the ball had to be end zone or out of bounds. It limits you in what you can do, of course. And then a couple times down there later in the third and fourth quarter, we have to execute. We have to do, and I'm talking quarterback, running back, wide receiver, you name it. We all have to be at our best in those moments when the field shrinks. We had too many mistakes there that are going to hold you back. And that's a little bit of what I mentioned before, where we have to be better as coaches. We have to be better as players so that we can make sure we're all just doing our job in those moments.
So you feel like you saw enough from Dylan throughout the football game that those things will be correctable for him, and that moving forward with him, just getting some of those things taken care of will do the trick?
Yeah, the quarterback position gets a lot of scrutiny, and we understand that. But we collectively have to be better. There are things that we're doing that are good, things that we have to build off of, and there's things that we have to get better at.
He's not big enough, Dylan, right now.
About one person.
He's not.
Okay, thank you.
Last two, Scott and Tony.
So y'all heard that.
Kevin, do you understand and how do you handle the frustration of Miles and some of the other defensive guys with, the offense not supporting the defense?
Yeah, we all share in the frustration, Scott, when you don't come away with the results that you work really hard for. That's obvious. It's the greatest team game there is. We all need each other, players, coaches, offense, defense, special teams. We need each other to go perform and find a way to win. That's how it goes.
Has there been a conversation there, like, hang with us, try to stay up? And, I know that they know you're trying hard, but when Miles expresses that frustration, it feels like it's getting to him.
It is getting.
Yeah, losing is not fun for anybody, Scott. I think there's natural frustration that comes with that, and that's us as a football team. We own it. We can't hide from that. You have to acknowledge where we are. Having said that, all that matters is what we do moving forward.
Thanks.
All right, last one from Tony.
2 questions about looking for the ball. Did Isaiah Bond have an explanation as to what the heck was going on at the goal line when the ball hit him in the helmet?
Yeah, obviously miscommunication there.
Communication.
And again, that's our job to get it cleaned up.
And Tyson Campbell also had a great coverage, but not looking at the ball. Is that obviously a coaching point this week? But is that in his past, in his scouting report? Do you see that?
Yeah, I think that's, obviously we're now getting Tyson. We'll coach him up. He's in great position. Now it's a matter of making a couple of those
This
plays,
is who
but
you need to coach up.
really
right
pleased
here.
with where he is, and he will only get better
He's
with
the missing
Jim,
link
with
right
Brandon
now,
Lynch, with our
Shedeur,
coaches
actually.
as we get him playing in this scheme.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that wraps us up. Thanks,
Okay.
Coach.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. I wanted you to hear that because it's very important what he said about Dylan right there. He said, did you see all you need to see from Dylan? He danced around it. He wasn't happy with what he saw. So at this point, what's going on here? They know that the best quarterback is sitting the bench. I heard, and here's something that somebody told me. They said that Shadur, and I read this as well. There's an insider. He said that in practice, guys, Shadur is getting the first team reps. He's been getting the first team reps for quite a few weeks now. Even when he was the emergency quarterback, he was getting the first looks at the defense, and he was killing them. And the defense is seeing it. They're seeing exactly what he's doing. And he didn't have Isaiah Bond and the rest of the first team out there. He had the second and third string, and he was killing the first string defense. He was killing them. He was having his will with them. And, obviously they can't sack the quarterback in practice, right? That's obvious. You can't touch the quarterback. That's just, Coach Prime, he runs a pro style practice as well. You don't touch you tap the receivers and you don't sack the quarterback. But however, what Shadur is doing in practice, all the veterans are seeing it. He's killing them. And he doesn't even have the first team offensive line he's working with. He's working with the second and third string against the first string defense. Because remember, he's giving them a lot of good looks. So the defense is where they need to be right now because Shadur is helping them. They're where they need to be. But the problem is he's scoring at will on them. He's really scoring at will. He's like breaking them down, but it's actually helping them for the game, So the veterans, I've heard that the locker room is messed up right now. And they know that the best quarterback to save their season is actually sitting the bench. He got the headsets on, but there's a reason why they got the headsets on Shedeur. He's listening to the play calling, and he has to be ready at a moment notice. I thought he was going to get in the game like this previous game, but more than likely it's going to come next week. It's going to come this upcoming game. More than likely it's going to come at some point because the veterans, I heard they are complaining. He literally is killing the defense at will in practice, and he's enjoying it. He's actually enjoying it. He's really having it his way right now, but they're giving Dylan the start. That's what they're doing. So right now, this is Dylan's job to lose, and he's losing it. Shedeur is not getting sacked in practice. It's not happening. So, do they need to switch up the offensive line? Or what do they need to do here? It's not the offensive line. They have a couple people on that offensive line that's been there 8+ years. You don't need to coach them. So, did they check out? I don't know. Did they check out mentally? Because I guarantee you're going to see a boost on the team when 12 goes in. You are going to see it. And I heard that everybody likes him in the locker room. He's everybody's little brother. Everybody likes him. And everybody's taking care of him. I don't know if you saw the defensive back. He always walk in the game with Shedeur holding that staff. Everybody likes him. And at this point, it's a matter of getting him under the lights now and giving him opportunity. At this point, as far as the season goes, they should go at 12 for the rest of the season, win or lose. Because at some point, he got to get his reps because the problem is we remember you got to keep that trade deadline in your mind now to see what's going to happen at the trade deadline. But I can already tell you right now what's going to happen. They're going to go out and get some other key pieces. They're not getting a quarterback, and they're not letting him go. They're not going to let him go. So when the trade deadline comes and goes, 12 is still going to be in Cleveland. He's stuck in the dog pound. He's not leaving. Because I think in their mind, they're looking at Shedeur and Deshaun. That's what they're looking at. As far as they concerned, it's Shedeur and Deshaun at this point. I don't know if they're saving Shedeur. I don't know. I think they're going to put him in. I honestly think so because the veterans are complaining. Njoku, if you go back and look at his touches, he didn't get enough touches. Njoku was a star. He can get you a lot of positive yards in the middle of that field. He's good at that. He's not getting no touches because Dylan can't see. And Judy is not getting no touches. These people are checking out. Shedeur is getting them touches in practice. He's killing them in practice. And the main thing that people are keep saying about Shedeur is his accuracy. They don't care. Like, let me just say this real quick. If you had put Shedeur in this game and he was getting sacked like that, Shedeur at some point he's gonna look at his receivers and he's gonna yam that thing down the field. He is, and he's gonna score. It don't matter. It don't matter. The sacks don't matter. He's already been under duress. He's used to it. But I'm telling you, if he get in the game, it'll be easier for him with this offensive line. The offensive line is not that trash. I believe they checked out. I believe they checked out because you saw it. Like, man, I saw when Shedeur was going into the game. I saw him. Yeah, I saw people that was walking with him, and he was people that was talking to him. The kid is a star. He's a star on that team. And it's just a matter of time when this coach is going to activate him. Now, there have been some rumors of coach getting fired, but I don't think those rumors are going to come to pass because this is a collective effort with the owner. It's really, you look at the owner. You really look at him. So I don't think Kevin Stefanski is going to get fired at all. I don't think so. I don't think it's happening. He's going to look like a genius. If Shedeur gets in there and turn their season around, he's going to look like a genius. Okay, he's going to look like a genius. Yeah, so he's going to they all going to look like a genius. But we all know they're not geniuses. They should have been played him. They should have been played him at this point, but it's really, really bad what we're seeing right now. This kid is literally sitting there on the sidelines with headsets on when other teams can use him. The Jets can use him. I know y'all saying the Jets. Yeah, the Jets can use him because they were one of the teams that wanted him. I don't think they're sold on their quarterback right now. I don't think so. And the crazy thing is, what was told to me was on draft day, the Eagles wanted him, and I know what he's thinking. Like, damn, I'm not gonna play. Dude won a Super Bowl. I'm not gonna be sitting for 3-4 years behind him. No, I don't think the Eagles sold on their star quarterback. Ain't that crazy? They're not sold on him. They may have been looking to replace him with Shedeur. Shedeur is a lot more valuable than he think he is right now. He's a lot more valuable, and I know I'm not saying that he's not thinking high of himself. But because of the whole process and way it played out, people are really gunning for him right now. They're gunning for him. And I'm going to tell you, when it started, they wanted to see how he react in an NFL game. They saw all they needed to see in the Carolina game. They saw all they needed to see. And I heard Carolina wants him. What the fuck? I heard they even had interest. Just in case if their quarterback goes down, this guy is it. This guy is it. So a lot of teams have interest in him. And you might say to yourself, well, how come they didn't draft him? Because there's a crime scene that took place. It's a crime scene. And if he decided he wanted to retire from football today and get him a great lawyer, I'm talking about a Justice Department lawyer, and have the Justice Department look into it, we're going to find something. But he's not going to do that because he wants to play, which I understand. He wants to play. But if you notice, he's like kind of like just chilling because maybe they have talked to him already. At some point, he looked like he is going to go in this game. It's just a matter of when. Is it going to be next week or the week after that? I think it has to be coming up because that's the only way to save their season and to get these players motivated again. These players not motivated, man. I saw how Judy was walking off the field. I just saw it. And I say this to people. Look what he did with Travis. And matter of fact, let me just say this. And I know this is bold to say. I'd rather see Shedeur in Jacksonville. And I'd rather for them to have Shedeur go to Jacksonville and then trade what's his name to come to the Browns, man. Because Shedeur is better than him. He is. He's better. I can see it already. He can't throw that ball down the field either. Not talking about it. He don't do it all the time. This guy, Shedeur, is a gunslinger. Okay? He's a gunslinger. You don't be trained by the top quarterbacks that played this game and not know what you're doing. He knows what he's doing. And the veterans on the team see it. Njoku was, man, Dylan almost got Njoku hurt. I saw it. Njoku had to come out of the game for a minute. As big as he is, he almost, because he closed, he left him out to dry. And Shedeur knows how to look past the throw. If he thinks his receiver's in danger, he's not throwing it to you. He will either he'll take a sack or he'll try something else or he'll throw it away. A lot of those sacks, I think they checked out, man. That offensive line is not that trash, yo. They're not. They're not that. Well, actually, they're not the best offensive line, but it's something Shedeur can work with. Trust me, he'll have an easier time than he had at Colorado. If Shedeur was still at Colorado right now, they'll be on top of the Big 12 with that offensive line they have right now. But he's not there anymore. With this offensive line he currently has in Cleveland, that's enough for Shedeur to get the work. It's enough because the game is a lot slower. Okay, there's a lot of stoppages that actually tailors to Shedeur's game. And Shedeur, quite frankly, he's not a statue either. I don't know why the skinny report on him saying he can't run. He can run. He can. We saw it. He can run. He's a dual threat. He is a dual threat. He is. He's a dual threat. If you give him daylight, he's going to take it. And he'll slide. He'll protect himself. He'll slide. But I guarantee you, let me tell y'all this real quick. If Shedeur was in Jacksonville, Travis would have had a touchdown by now. It's sad that he ain't got no touchdown yet. Where's the touchdown? Where is it? Hey, thank you. Thank you for the Cash App. Where is the touchdown at? Where is it? Okay, Travis had a really good move, in that play. And guess what they did? They took him out the game. No, you have to let him play a lot of snaps for him to work his magic, and you got to give him more touches. And he's going to go get it. He's going to make magic happen. He's going to get in that end zone. We can clearly see that Travis, it don't matter with the competition. It doesn't matter. He's going to do his thing. Okay? So if Shedeur was there, he would have had a touchdown by now. Definitely would have. Shedeur trusts his wide receivers. What he does is he'll throw it in your catch radius. Let me tell you something that a coach said on Shedeur's pro day. I don't know if anybody remember this. One of the scouts, he was a former coach, and he know Coach Prime. He was talking to Shiloh. Him and Shiloh had a moment real quick. Shiloh Sanders. He said, it's something I wrote down about your brother that I want to point out. Shiloh said, what is it? He said, when Shedeur throws in a catch radius, if it's an off ball, it's only off by a couple fingers. It's never off by 5 yards. That his catch radius is on the money. He never throws an off ball, really. It's usually within your catch radius. He said, I haven't seen something this accurate in a long time. He said this. He said it. He wrote it down. He said, and guess what? Guess what? All the other teams know that too, but we all know it was a crime scene on draft day. So his ball is never off by that much. It's never off by that much. Even if he's under duress, it's never off by that much. He's that accurate. So imagine what he's going to do. You see what he did with Travis. Imagine what he's going to do with Jerry Jeudy. Imagine what he's going to do with the other receiver and the other 2 tight ends. And also, he got a hell of a running back in back of him. Oh, he getting ready to get sick with it. He getting ready to get sick. It's going to be almost easy to him. And I guarantee you the games that Cleveland is supposed to win, they will win those games. And that will put them above 500 if he plays next week. If he start playing and getting a groove, they'll be over 500 by the end of the season. I don't know if they're going to go far in the playoffs because they need to gel together with him. But trust me, he's a winner. He don't care about the sacks. He's going to go get that ball in that end zone. He's a winner. And he's ready now. He's ready. He's definitely ready now. I want to say something because people were talking about there was some people on Twitter talking about Cam Ward is trash. No, he's not. It's his offensive line. You can go look at the game and see it, or look at the all 22 film and see it. It's the offensive line. He's under duress. So they're going to have to build the pieces around him and he'll be fine. That's all it is with him. He just needs more pieces around him and he'll be fine. You put Shedeur anywhere, he's what you call a plug and play type of quarterback, which means that he can go in any system and thrive. The Raiders, I just want to let you guys know, because I know Tom is hurt over there. It's too late. Y'all should have drafted him. Don't try to double back around and tell the Browns you want him now, and they're saying no to you. And then Tom going to come out and say, well, he was talking about the Browns in that interview. He said, yeah, well, there's a lot of coaches around the league. They're not developing their players. They don't know what they're doing and this and that. See, what he's really saying is he wants to develop the quarterback. That's what he wants to say. So he need to come out and say it. I messed up. I shouldn't have listened to the higher ups. I should have drafted him. And what did he say? I don't really have that much of a say-so on the team. Well, hold on, Tom. We saw the game with you with the headsets on and you were talking. You were in the booth and you were talking. Yeah, so now all of a sudden he's saying that, they can develop quarterbacks. Well, nobody knew that you were going to be in the booth. You said you didn't have nothing to do with the team. Now all of a sudden you in the booth with the headsets on. I knew he had something. I knew he was going to have something. You mean to tell me one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever spin this ball, he ain't going to have a say-so on these quarterbacks? Please. Of course. But see, the thing is, I'm thinking a lot of teams was putting all their eggs in one basket with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers. Something will happen. They were like, yeah, we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. We're going to do something. You know, the crazy thing is, what team just went and got Teddy Bridgewater? Teddy Bridgewater was coaching high school football. He was just chilling. They had to call look, it's such a need for quarterbacks. They had to get Teddy Bridgewater off the couch. And he's back in the league, Teddy Bridgewater. Okay. Teddy Bridgewater is back in the NFL. He was coaching high school football. I saw it because he wants to be a coach. But he had to tell the team, I'll be back, guys. I gotta go back to the NFL real quick. There's a lot of, and New Orleans messed up. But I don't want Shedeur to go to New Orleans because what they did on draft day was despicable. Y'all know who y'all drafted. But see, the thing is with New Orleans, they didn't know what's his name was going to retire. Now he got a podcast with his brother because Coach Prime was on the podcast with them. See, they didn't know that he had aspirations to start his own podcast with his brother. So now he's doing podcasting with his brother now. He retired. So now all of a sudden they scrambling around. Well, let me see what Shedeur doing. No, y'all should have drafted him. Okay. Y'all had opportunity, but maybe somebody told y'all, no, don't draft him. We need to teach this kid a lesson. And my question is, what lesson do y'all need to teach him? Because he's never done anything. He barely hangs out. He too bougie to get in trouble. Okay? He too bougie to get in trouble. On his off season, he was hanging out in Italy or somewhere he was. He don't be hanging out in the streets. He be in Italy and France and different places, chilling, or in Miami, working out. So my question is, what clubs do you see him in? Now, you never see him. He's like Travis. They don't go out nowhere. They really don't. Okay. So you guys taught the wrong person a lesson. Okay. You taught the wrong person a lesson. That's what happened. This was a nightmare. But it's okay because it'll work out for him in the end. He'll get his playing time, and he'll turn out to be a star. Quite frankly, if I was him, I would wait 3 years and go to another team. I'm not re-signing with the dog pound. I'm not doing that. Listen, he's getting ready to break the bank. As soon as his it's up for him to renegotiate his contract after this rookie contract, one of these teams around the league is going to break the bank on him. Somebody's going to break the bank. I hope it's the Jets. But it ain't going to be the Jets. Okay, it ain't going to be the Jets. More than likely, it'll be the Raiders or somebody that'll break the bank on the kid. And then he'll go on, and then the rest will be behind him. But I think he knows that. He's just chilling. And he is in a really good opportunity. Why is he? Because when Dylan was taking all those sacks, Shedeur was sitting there watching how the sacks were taken. He was sitting there watching what the defense did. You don't think that's dangerous? He's watching this game from a different perspective now. He got the headsets on. He's looking at the plays that's calling. He's looking at the defense. When he gets out there, he's going to be dangerous. So maybe this was a gift and a curse. Maybe he was supposed to do this because it's actually saving him. Because he's sitting there watching the defense. Okay, I could do this. I can do that better. I can do this. I see what they're doing. I see this blitz package. I see what they're doing. He's sitting there watching it. I can see how he's looking in the game. He said, okay, I know exactly what they're doing. You don't think he know how to read defenses? And he been around his dad this whole time? You don't think he know how to read defenses? Bullshit. Yes, he does know how to read defenses. You know how I know? You know how I know he knows how to read defenses? Coach Prime, if anybody my age and remember, the quarterback never liked to used to throw his way. So what he had to do was he's had to decoy so that they can throw, and then he'll just break the ball and intercept it. He always do it. That's what you call a defensive specialist. What made him so great was his instinct for the ball and his speed. That was it. He didn't have to tackle, really. He was like a one-of-one. Hold on a second. All right, let me get off. My groceries are here. But I just wanted to say that Shedeur knows how to read defenses. You don't think his dad taught him something about defenses? You don't think so? Go look at Coach Prime when he's on the sidelines at Colorado. Go back to the last game because he saved that game. It was Coach that saved it. Let me tell you what he did. It was a point in that game where he was really doing a lot of talking on that microphone. He pretty more than likely he was telling them to change up these damn plays. I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing. You need to change these plays up, and you need to change it now. Because I seen his hands, he was like gesturing with his hands. He literally saved that game. He's like, we're not gonna keep doing this. You're gonna let him run the plays that he's comfortable with, and we're gonna win this damn game and stop playing with me. And I guarantee you it might have saved their season now, because I'm sure he got in that microphone and he said, because he's sitting there, he knows what's going on. And matter of fact, obviously, he's not going to call the plays on defense, but you know he could, right? You know he can do that. Yeah, he can. But that's what he got a defensive coordinator for. But I guarantee you in that microphone, he told that offensive coordinator, you better run some more plays or else. And that's what happened. That's what happened. They ran the plays that Salter was comfortable with, and they went ahead and ran and won that game. Because I have identified it now. It was the play call, and it had to be. It had to have been. But anyway, Shedeur is up next. It's just a matter of time. It's up to this coach here. But this coach, man, I don't know if I wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't play the whole season. But it's up to this coach here, because now the fans and everybody, you should go on Twitter and see how they dogging Dylan out. I kind of feel sorry for him because the kid is not ready. But they're dogging him out right now. But anyway, I just wanted to say that real quick, give my 2 cents on it. because this guy's stinking up the joint. And but you heard what he said about Dylan. He said, "Well, did you see all you need to see from Dylan? Everything all right?" He didn't say everything was all right. He didn't like what he saw. So we're gonna see Shedeur at this point. I'm sure he has the mindset that he needs to be ready now, because he like 12 go in. But anyway, hopefully they let him warm up and be the starter, because he don't like being hot and cold. They need to let him just warm up and go in. But anyway, that's Shedeur, man. I'm out, y'all. I'll be back a little later in the day. All right, y'all.